Yo, welcome back. Xycor here, and today in our Re-Legend Magnus showcase, we're gonna take a look at this shocking spiky crab of the Re-Legend Voca Coast. Yes, this crab is, well, Pruni, the oddly looking crab, I guess, of Re-Legend, because it's kind of weird looking. It looks like kind of a cross between a crab and a sea urchin, maybe, I guess. I kind of actually had a trouble defining which it is, or I should say trouble choosing between which one to classify it as, a crab or a sea urchin, but it's probably more like a crab. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna show you where they are, how to evolve them, what attacks they have, and what they're like. So, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you how to tame one. So, yeah, I'll be out there. Okay, to find them, you can find them in, let's see here, in the Pruni Reef and in the Pruni Cave. So basically, you come to the Pruni Reef here, which actually, let me see, you'd come from the town entrance through West Coast and into Pruni Reef. And then Pruni Cave is right up here above Pruni Reef. So, I'll just tame one right here. So, what do they take to tame? Let's see here. Just look at them in the Magnuspedia. They are on the second page, right here. Now, basically, Pruni is a class of a battle mage, and their behavior is aggressive. I mean, as you could tell already, they were starting to attack me. So yeah, battle mage, they're basically magic attackers that are focused on actually attacking from a distance. I think that's kind of what the classification is. At least that's just my take on it. Anyway, the spines growing on its back contains a paralyzing venom. The venomous sting infiltrated by it are said to feel like electric jolts. So yes, they shock you. They are very shocking. So, their favorite food is sun kelp, but they also like fish and aqua crops. And their drops are raw meat, juicy raw meat, pruni shells, pruni spikes, and pruni cores. Pruni cores being, of course, the rarest. And their attack is shock stream, which releases shocking electrical bolts that stuns enemies, and that takes 5 stamina and has a 5-second cooldown. As for the party buff, it just gives magic defense plus 10%. So yes, that is Pruni. They are here in the Voca Coast area of the book. So let's see here. I have some sun kelp. Hold on to that. And just chalk it at it. And looks like that only... They will attack you, so be careful if you have other Magnus with you, because those Magnus will attack it. So technically, if you want to tame something aggressive, you're better off just, coming with no Magnus. So, it looks like they are level 3 in this area, or so, around that. So, yes, and... yeah, this one has, looks like they stat mostly in int and endurance and some wisdom. So basically, let's check out its attacks here on some of its other brethren, in a sense. So it looks like it is a magic attack, hence the name, or hence the class they are. They're a battle mage. So that's the left click attack. Doesn't have that far of a reach, honestly. Now, right click attack kind of has a wave, which is interesting. Yeah, let's see how far that reaches. And that kind of stuns. That has a 5-second cooldown. Let's see. It doesn't reach that far, though, so you have to be within, a little bit of a distance. Okay, so now I just need to get this up to about level 15 so that it can evolve. Okay, now for its evolved form. Check that out here. I have this at level 15, so we'll see what it takes to evolve. Right here. Go on right here. So, Pruni evolves into Prunspike at level 15 and requires greater than 15 int, 2 affection, and a kilopod. So I have mine at level 15, and sometimes it's hard to get off that screen. So, actually I haven't put in its stats yet, now that I think about it. Right here. So, I'll give it 16 int to be on the safe side. There we go. So now I have it at two hearts, and I have a kilopod. There we go. Now this should evolve it. You just throw it at it. There we go. And it's evolving into a Prunspike. Now Prunspike actually looks kind of cool. It's kind of crabby as well. So, let's check out Prunspike's info here. And yeah, it just has to be on the second page, so it's a little more difficult to get to. Okay, Prunspike is also a class of a battle mage, and its behavior is aggressive as well. So yeah, you don't want to, I mean, if you find them in the wild, you'll be battling them. But anyway, its spiky exoskeleton scares away most predators, but anything brave enough to attack is in for a shocking experience. Yes, a very shocking experience. And its favorite food is high-quality sun kelp, but it also likes fish and aqua crops. As for the drops, it drops Pruni shells, Pruni spikes, juicy raw meat, and Pruni cores. And as for its skills, it has Shock Stream Plus, which releases powerful, shocking electrical bolts that stuns enemies. And that takes 7 stamina and has an 8-second cooldown. And then it also has Lightning Clad. Surrounds itself with electrical energy, damaging those that come close. That takes 10 stamina and has a 10-second cooldown. As for the party buff, it gives magical defense plus 15%. Unfortunately, all Pruni class does not have a farm skill, which, yeah, is unfortunate. You would hope that they would have something useful, but I guess not. So, let's show you its attacks here. I will just go in here and battle some Draconewts and stuff. Okay, so its left click attack is just a little bash that is also magic. Yes, that's magic damage. Its right click attack is kind of a nice stream attack, which also is magic damage. Does okay damage, and it also stuns too. Let's check its Q attack, which gives it kind of a barrier. I think that, yeah, it's a barrier that kind of damages things, which is interesting. Actually, let me see the description on that. Again, just because. Surrounds itself with electric, damaging those that come close. Yes, so it's kind of like a little energy barrier that protects you. And it kind of damages the Magnus, but it looks like it goes away when you get hit, so that's something to be careful for. So now, next, I need to get this to level 45, and yeah, for the next evolution. Okay, now for its evolved form. Now, basically, Prunspike, let's see here. Get over here into this. There we go. Now Prunspike evolves into Prunperor, and if you've actually gotten through the very early part of the game, you'll probably have defeated Prunperor, the boss, the very first boss you battle. And yeah, that one, at least in there, can be challenging early on, but honestly, it's not the level that it should be to evolve to that. But anyway, yeah, so The level that you'd need to be is level 45, and it would have to have greater than 50 int. It would also have to have full affection, so 5 hearts, and you would have to use a co-star. So I have mine at 51 int and full affection. So, and I have a co-star. So I will hold this and throw it at it, because that's what you do, is throw items at your Magnus to make them happy, which is very strange. There we go. We have a Prunperor. Now, Prunperor is, it can be strong. Let's see here. Check it out in the Magnus book. Magnuspedia. There we go. Now, Prunperor is also a class of battle mage, and its behavior is also aggressive. So, yeah, if you encounter one in the wild, be prepared to battle. But otherwise, the great spikes around its body are able to attract lightning bolts, which are stored for use during times of danger. So yes, it acts like a lightning rod, I guess you could say. As for its favorite food, it likes a gigantic sun kelp. So yeah, that is probably a challenge if you want to feed yours its favorite food. Otherwise, it likes fish and aquacrops, so that's probably your best bet. As for the drops, it drops juicy raw meat, premium raw meat, Pruni shells, Pruni spikes, and Pruni core. As for its skills, it has Shock Sphere, releases waves of electromagnetic energy that damages enemies. And that costs 15 SP and has a 12-second cooldown. It also has Lightning Clad Plus, surrounds itself with an electrical aura that reduces incoming physical damage. And that takes 10 stamina and has a 10-second cooldown. And then it has Voltaic Laser, fires a concentrating bolt of lightning that stuns enemies. And that costs 20 stamina and has a 15-second cooldown. As for its party buff, it has magical defense plus 20%. So it looks fairly interesting. This electro aura reduces incoming physical damage, so that's something worth noting. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'll get on it here and we'll check out. Unfortunately, it has no farm skills. So let's see what it does on these Sarvalion. Okay, interesting. Let's see how far that reaches. Let's get over here. It doesn't reach that far. It has a little bit of a reach to it. And this is just the melee attack, but that's also a magic attack. So let's use the right-click attack, which is a very nice magic attack. And it looks like it attacks in a big AoE around yourself. But has a long cooldown. So it looks like it hits about 3 times over the course of its time, which is interesting. Now let's use the Q attack. That should be the aura. Okay, so it looks like it damages. Let's see if it damages me. Okay, they do damage me. It does about 25 to 23. Now it does 46. Let's see. Come on. Attack me once more. Come on, Sarvalion. Okay, 23, 20, 45, 20. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to, get a... no, wrong button. Okay, there we go. Wait, what? It left. Okay, so it's supposed to reduce damage, but it looks like it could, but it's really hard to tell. Anyway, as for the E attack, okay, that is a laser beam, which I have to try again, but I have to wait 15 seconds. So that would be another 15 seconds of just avoiding them. But it looks like it goes quite a distance. So let's see. Can I use it yet? No. Come on. I wanted to see how far it goes. Well, it looks like it goes pretty far over there, so yeah, it's hard to test because they keep coming towards me. I'd have to go on one that that isn't aggroed. So let's do this. There we go. Get close enough to it to aggro and to get it in my target. Now use it. And then, of course. Why did you? I tell you. Okay, so yeah, it has, looks like it has kind of a nice range on it, which is interesting. And I mean, of course, if you like laser beams, yeah, this is probably your Magnus. But that is also a magic attack as well. All of its attacks are magic attacks, so that's probably why you'd want to completely put in int. Let me see here. Just look at its stats here. So yes, since all of its attacks are magic attacks, you'd want to focus on int, getting a lot of int in your build. Of course, you'd want to get a lot of endurance as well, so that, you know, you have enough survivability. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, you can get a little wisdom if you want, since it looks like they actually have a good amount of their base that they start with. And then of course luck, you know, could give you some more crit chance of getting some crits. Focus could give you more crit damage, I think, something like that. But best to just focus on int and endurance, and then, you know, spec into whichever ones you think. There's no point getting strength though. You wouldn't want to do that because that's just attack. But anyway, yes, that is Pruni and its evolved forms, which are pretty good Magnus. Let's just check this out one more time. Yeah, it hits quite far. That's actually quite a distance, so that's pretty good. But yeah, that's it for this Magnus showcase. If you like this showcase, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that bell icon, leave a comment, and of course share it. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.